Stay focused. Now, with all this being said, this is all fun, this is all great, but what do you got to do? You have to be in phase one. Now, I'm going to say this to you because I talk to people, I get millions of questions, we talk shop about the business, and the one thing that I can almost really filter through all the conversation is this one simple thing. Someone is not in phase one. That's it. I've talked to people that don't have, let's say, oh, I'm losing my confidence in the opportunity, because you're not in phase one. You know, I'm not having fun right now, Nathan, because you're not in phase one. Okay? You know, my team isn't doing what I would like them to do. I've got people that aren't working that hard right now, and how do I get someone motivated? Well, obviously, this is all happening because you're not in phase one. When you're in phase one, all that means is that you personally are doing what you're expecting others to do. You personally are either piquing new people's interests or working with new legs, new open line legs. If you are working with new people, it solves all problems. Say this, phase one solves all problems. And what do I mean by that? Let me tell you what it solves. Number one, it solves the fun issue. We have the worst business to be in if you want to make money and you're not in phase one. There's nothing fun about being an ACN if you're not doing it. But if you're an ACN and you're doing it, it's fun, okay? Because the act of doing it is what creates the fun. It's what creates the positive feelings. It's what creates the motivation to want to do more. Have you ever been in a situation where you could not wake up the next day because things were going great and you couldn't wait to wake up because you wanted to go to work? Why does that happen? Because you're in phase one. But when nothing's happening, you don't want to wake up. You don't want to think about business because there's nothing exciting to think about. So if you want your personal belief to be up here, the fun factor to be up here, earning cab bonuses to be up here, motivating your team to be up here, you've got to be in phase one. Say phase one. But here's the reality. Never ever mistake what I'm going to tell you. Every one of you will be in phase one, and every one of you will leave phase one. We can't help it. It's a natural progression. All of a sudden, we're in phase one, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, things are happening, teams are growing, cabs are rolling in, everything's going on, I'm having fun, I'm making new friends, I'm excited about what's happening, and then naturally we'll go into phase two, because now we're managing this great thing that we have, but we don't realize we stopped doing what we were doing to get us to where we were going. It's the number one thing everybody does in business. Change what they're doing when they're on a roll, but people don't realize they're doing it. Because when you're in phase two or phase three, it feels like you're working. You're still talking to your team. You're still among everything. It feels like you're working, but in all reality, you're not being productive. So what happens is phase two creates a lack of momentum in your business, a lack of fun in your business, and all these things start happening. That's a negative cycle, and most people can never put the logic behind what happened. The logic is you are no longer in phase one, you're in phase two, or you're in phase three. Just about anyone I talk to about any situation that's going on in their business, I can bring it right back to you're not in phase one. And it's the hardest thing to see. So say phase one. Ask yourself this question every day. Look, I know nobody's perfect. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for people to be honest with themselves and keep themselves in check. Because it's a fun business. Just know this. Ask yourself, did I acquire any customers? Have I been acquiring any customers? Have I piqued anyone's interest today? Have I piqued anyone's interest last week? How many people's interest did I pique? How many of you realize we can all do more than we do, yes or no? We all can do more than we do. But I want you to remember this. The only reason we avoid doing something is if we make it hard in our mind. What we do is not a hard business. We just simply ask for people's opinions to look at an opportunity.